God of War is one of my favorite PlayStation exclusives, so much so that I've already platinumed the original God of War 3 back on the PlayStation 3 and the new God of War Ragnarok. So today I decided to play the middleman, God of War 2018, the soft reboot. There are 37 trophies I'll need to collect, as well as a few dozen boys. To start, Kratos collects some fire sticks for the flint and steel to spark a flame, cooking Atreus' mom. While she roasts, we head into the direction of Deer, where I first had to get the guard slapped out of me by some random undead. However, heading towards the Deer, Boy and I run into an ogre. You must be here for the chiropractic session. Stay still now, this might hurt. Ah, and he died. We find out that Boy has a terminal illness, and I'm sure that won't be important later. Upon returning home, I encounter Frosty the Snowman.
Surprise,
he proceeds to beat the shit out of me. But like any good chiropractor, I adjust his neck free of charge. But now I'm on the run, so grab your things, boy, we've gotta go.
The mountain. It's gonna be a long trip.
Skipping ahead, I get 2 trophies. One for getting my first runic attack, and another for getting my boy new clothes for his journey. Further along, the boy and I run into an absolute baddie. But Kratos ain't no simp, so he friend zones Freya.
Bye, have a great time.
This underground passage.
The boy and I head up the mountain where I encounter the Popo, but just to be safe, I fix up his jaw so he doesn't snitch. This is all in vain as something dark blocks the way forward. But remember that baddie from before? Well, she appears and we progress our relationship to physical touch. Kratos, you romantic. I show off my Spartan strength by turning a giant bridge. So yeah, I'm all natural, no steroids or anything. Freya takes us through to Alfheim. However, her ex is a total cockblock, so as she tells me important information, I get lost in the beauty of her eyes as she gets sucked away.
But be very careful not to get
I won't bore you with Alfheim, so long story short, Kratos has an acid trip and hallucinates his dead wife, and Atreus pulls us out, where we see that Boy is a dark elf hater, which leaves no surprise that he doesn't kill the white elves as they invade the temple. I then got a trophy for equipping my first enchantment. Using the power of light, the dark fog gets pushed aside, allowing us to continue up the mountain. Near the top of the mine shaft, we are attacked by an overgrown lizard, so Kratos brings out the big tools for this session. Now with the 3 attempts of adjusting necks, you would have imagined Kratos would be a little bit better than it now. All he's good at is ore farming, so one dead lizard and a massive ore gain, I get a trophy. We arrive at the tip of the mountain where we meet the beloved Mimir, and we all know how that goes. We bring him back to Freya, and she revives him. But let's just say, I wish I was that head in the moment. Sadly, Kratos returns to his goddess roots and hates on Freya for being a god, so I'm forced to leave once again. My attempts to get that number has been foiled.
Going to lecture me about that. You're welcome.
Fuck you!
Going off some steam, I unlocked 2 trophies for crafting 2 sets of armor.
That looks amazing.
The next step in the story has us fight both of Thor's overgrown nut milk.
Boy. Surrender. The All-Father demands it.
Small one's yours.
Fight. Stay focused.
In the end, we managed to give Magni a skull-splitting headache, and Modi runs away like a little bitch.
We should keep an eye on him.
We grab the giant's tip, and I have to say it's not that much bigger from mine. With this, I can open up secret doors that hold psychotic bird ladies. Anyway, Magni returns for revenge, and Atreus has a schizophrenic episode and promptly passes out. The god of chiropractic can't fix that.
I think I broke him.
So we begrudgingly seek out Freya, and we ask her very politely to help out our boy.
Woman, do you hear me? The boy has fallen ill. Freya! He's ill.
She tells us we need to get a new weapon because she is tired of me using the old one. So I return home to find my long lost blades of chaos. But of course, the schizophrenia runs in the family, and Kratos sees an old ex of his, and she was talking about how bad the blades were and that they would never satisfy Freya. But how would she know?
I know.
Trophy unlocked. The new weapons proved to be very effective at chiropractic, as we used them to tear out a patient's heart. Great, add organ harvesting to the list of crimes. We heal the boy, and Freya and I agreed to just be friends with benefits. Trophy unlocked. I then upgrade one of my runic attacks for another trophy. Inside the boat, I tell my boy his true nature, and we continue our journey, where I can get a trophy for obtaining all health upgrades. However, even max health can't stop my max stupidity.
That's a lot of damage!
And a one not so quick guide later, boy can save Kratos from becoming a human kebab. We grab an important stone, but I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know why. But what I do know is killing the 2 ogres that spawned. I share a drink of expired grapes with the boy. However, the grapes might have gotten to him because he became a dick to the dwarves, and in his drunken rage killed Magni, where I then get the coldest line in gaming.
What's the difference?
There are consequences to killing a god!
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Watch your tone, boy.
Whatever.
On my way back to the tip, I killed my second Valkyrie, rather easily. Punching in the password to join the party with my tip, we get interrupted by Frosty once again, and we end up breaking the gate to the land of the giants, which Atreus then betrays us and gets himself kidnapped in the process.
Atreus!
So now I have to rescue him from Frosty's obsession, and this leaves us stranded in hell.
Boy,
But at least I get a trophy. In Hell, we find out that Frosty is the son of Freya, and she made him immortal, and that's why he woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. While me and the boy escape Hell, we saw the ending to God of War 3, which was really cool to see. I get a trophy for escaping Hell. Returning to the living world, Kratos shows off their super strength by flipping all the realms, which was necessary for something, but again I wasn't paying attention to the story. Anyway, we get to sing with them as we fall with style into the realm between realms, which so happens to hold the Jotunheim Tower. This tower steals my stone and I have to fight waves of enemies to return to the surface, where I can get a trophy for crafting a specific set of armor. The second part of the tower requires Mimir to get his second eye back, so we hop into a boat and travel inside the world serpent's mouth. And luckily enough, he so happened to have the eye in his stomach. I then get a trophy for unlocking Niflheim. Frosty boots us from the world serpent's stomach, and he has a reunion with his mother. And Kratos has to stand up to protect his side chick from this insane man. But Freya betrays me and casts Divine Spell, and Boy stands up for me, and Frosty proceeds to punt him like a football. However, this works in our favor, as somehow Boulder loses his immortality, and because he can bleed, he can be killed. One last adjustment, and we officially are the worst chiropractors in the lands between. With that done, we gain access to Jotunheim, where we leave the head to the dwarves and spread my wife's ashes at the highest peak in all the realms. However, one note is that the ashes aren't actually spread at the highest peak, as Kratos throws them off the mountain, so it ends up on the ground, but that's okay because I get a trophy. Now onto the endgame cleanup. My first goal was to kill all the Valkyries, and in doing so I grabbed the last upgrade for my axe, giving me the worthy trophy. I also started freeing the dragons that were trapped, and in doing so I got a trophy for killing 1,000 enemies. I freed the last dragon and got a miscellaneous trophy. And I also beat the shit out of old grandmas for another trophy. I then defeated the last of the regular Valkyries, allowing me to fully upgrade my Chaos Blades. I can now take on the Queen. Joke's on you, I like being stomped on. However, I do not appreciate being burnt like my ex-wife. The next attempt went a lot better.
Well, we did it.
I then explored all the areas of the Lake of Nine and unlocked a secret runic attack, fully upgraded my Rage Bar, and finished all ghost quests. Then I found all the artifacts, killed all of the Odin ravens, read all scriptures, and found all treasure locations. This leaves the last 2 trophies for completing the final trial of Muspelheim, which unlocks the Platinum Trophy Father and Son for God of War 2018. With my journey now over, I can't wait to see what comes next. If you like this video, why not leave a like at the bottom, and while you're there, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to see me platinum the original God of War 3, I'll leave that video on screen for you now.